Good evening and welcome to another exciting Friday night of high school football right here on Nex-Tech Game Time. The Nex-Tech Game Time tonight pregame show is brought to you by State Farm Insurance Agent Brock Whitmore. I'm Curtis Brown. I'm here with Chris Lee. We're coming to you live from WaKeeney for tonight's contest between the Wallace County Wildcats and the Trego Golden Eagles. And Chris, the Golden Eagles got to be flying high tonight, starting the season at 3-0.
Yes, fantastic. Got big wins over Stockton and over Quinter. I had a closer game against Monterey and South Grabe. I felt like they were in control of that game.
And Chris, Wallace County comes in tonight 1-2. They are used to winning. They've got last two seasons they were 11-1. They faced the third strongest schedule by Prep Power Index, and so they're battle tested tonight, even though they've got two losses. And they're going to bring a bunch of experience, a bunch of playoff experience.
Mm-hmm.
They've had 10 years straight of playoff appearances, and so they've been around the block a little bit. What do you expect the Golden Eagles to bring to the table tonight offensively?
Okay, the Trego hasn't run up a bunch of stats because they've played a lot of kids. They've been in blowout type of games, so it's probably not fair to look at the stats themselves and draw a lot of conclusions. The main running back's junior Hunter Folsom. He's rushed for about 168 yards on the year. He has 3 TDs. He has 5 PAT runs as well. That's another way you score, obviously. His backfield mate will be freshman Hunter Price. As Folsom, he averaged about 5 yards a carry. Price is more of a dual threat. He's the second leading receiver as well as being the second leading rusher. Their leading receiver is Brendan Flax. He has 68 yards on the year. Quarterback is Keegan Schubert. He's thrown for over 200 yards on the season. He has 6 TDs, and he's thrown 3 picks.
And you don't see that often, a freshman running back in the mix. So.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see him run. He must be a big, strong kid because, like I said, your running backs take a lot of punishment over the course of a game.
Well, Wallace County runs basically out of an I formation, tight set. They're averaging 23 points per game. Pretty balanced offensively, 90 yards in the air, 90 yards on the ground. Coach Hinnick, though, has already had to replace the starting quarterback, not the same quarterback that started against St. Francis. They had a close 2-point loss to the number 1 ranked team in 8-man. But replacing him is going to be a senior, Levi Johnson. I'll mention quarterback Grady Hammer was the quarterback to start that first game. He's broke his hand. He's been out the last 2 games, but they expect him back. Not in that quarterback role, though. He's going to be switching off to a fullback position. So senior Levi Johnson, though, has stepped in. He's done pretty well. He's thrown for 218 yards, 2 touchdowns. He also leads the team in rushing with 106 yards and 1 touchdown. And last week, Levi went 8 for 11, 159 yards in their victory over Hoxie. So they're led in receiving by the junior tight end Seth Johnson, 12 catches, 138 yards. And junior Carlin Springstead leads the team with 2 rushing touchdowns. What do we expect tonight defensively from the Eagles? I know they got a pretty good defense.
Right. Trego runs a little bit different set. They run like a 3-4, and what they really do is crowd the line of scrimmage. They and Coach Axton will talk about in his interview. They like to force turnovers. If they're not forcing turnovers, he's not very happy. And so what they're going to do is they're going to crowd it up and get after you that way. And they got quite a bit of beef on the line that allows them to take up a lot of blockers. Junior Brady Madke is 6 foot, 225 at 1D end. Junior Austin's Kinder Connect is 5'10", 190 pounds at nose guard. The other end, who was a player of the week last week for Trego, is senior Alex Haxton. He's 5'9", 220. So they take up a lot of blockers, do a lot of good things. That frees the linebackers up to make plays. There are linebackers who they look to make a lot of plays, include Folsom, T.J. Halfliger, and Tanner Lowry. And then when they put all that pressure on, sometimes quarterbacks have to throw the ball up for grabs. That gives Flax a chance to get some picks. He has 4 picks, which puts him among the state leaders in interceptions.
Well, you don't see a whole lot of size in 8-man games, so that'll be something to look at tonight. Wallace County runs a 3-2. They bring 2 cornerbacks, so sometimes they bring them in more of an outside linebacker position. But they're averaging to give up 23 points per game. Kind of like their offense. They score 23, they give up 23. They're led in tackles by the senior linebacker Chisholm Grund. He's got 37 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, and 1 sack. Second on the team is one of their cornerbacks, Carlin Springsteed. He's got 35 tackles. The junior linebacker Seth Johnson and senior Levi Johnson are third and fourth on the team with 31 and 29 tackles respectively. So they've got some playmakers on that side of the ball. Last week in their victory over Hoxie, those 4 guys had over 12 tackles apiece, and so those are the 4 ones that they're going to make the plays. Levi Johnson also in that game against Hoxie had 2 interceptions, so he's kind of all over the field defensively. What do you see as maybe as a key stat to look at for tonight's game? Maybe that'll separate these 2 teams.
Well, I think the wind is gusting really strong out of the south here, which you probably pick up a little bit of that in our mics. I think that will be a big key. When you have the wind at your back, you need to make hay. And you may say, well, both teams really like to run the ball. Why is that important? Well, it sounds like the Sharon Springs likes to do a little bit of what the Trego likes to do. They want to crowd the line of scrimmage. They want to force things to happen. Well, you got the wind at your back. You might say, all right, fine, you're going to crowd the line of scrimmage. I'm going to send 2 streaks down the sidelines, split that safety, make him choose. I'm going to throw it up in the air. You're not going to throw real long into this wind tonight. A good quarterback, sure, you can spiral the ball in there, but it's hard to make that happen. It'll be interesting to see. Trego hasn't had a lot of adversity this year, whereas Sharon Springs has had a ton. It'll be interesting to see how both teams handle the early adversity as well.
Yeah, I think, like you said, Sharon Springs is battle tested. They've been in 3 tough contests, and if you include Trego's record, the record of their opponents is 11-1. So they face some tough opponents. And I think something that you mentioned earlier, the turnovers. Trego is not committed, but they have created 13 turnovers.
And Coach Axton and the Screaming Eagles, they're really committed to that. If they don't feel like they've had a good night unless they're forcing turnovers. Whereas some teams they're more bend but not break. They're not oriented that way.
And I think that's something to pay attention to tonight, especially with the wind conditions.
Yes.
So that's our Nex-Tech Game Time tonight pregame show. That was brought to you by State Farm Insurance agent Brock Whitmore. Coming up next is Mike on the Mic with Mike Hughes. That's going to be sponsored by Phillips County Health Systems. Mike's going to tell you about the area games tonight and kind of give you some insight on those games. So stay tuned. Once we come back from break, we'll bring you Mike on the Mic with Mike Hughes. You're watching Nex-Tech Game Time.
Nex-Tech Game Time is brought to you in part by the chiropractic centers of Phillipsburg and Stockton, Leon's Welding and Fabrication, Norton County Hospital, State Farm Insurance agent Brock Whitmore, Bullseye Media Event Center and Venue, Pack Leader Technology, Hammett Land and Auction, Advantage Glass Plus, and Roofmasters Roofing and Sheet Metal, and by Mapes & Miller LLP, Heritage Insurance Group, The Golden Q, Storage Solutions of Hayes, J-Corp, Hayes Recreation Commission, Rogers & Associates Insurance, and by Progressive Physical Therapy, Tri-Central Office Supply, Flatlander Dirt Works, Nex-Tech Wireless, and Phillips County Health Systems. At Bullseye Event Center, we consider every detail when transforming our space into the perfect setting for your event. Our newly renovated, unique facility is ideal for weddings and receptions, corporate events, and parties for up to 300 guests. We also have smaller rooms and on-site kitchen available for meetings and reunions and social gatherings. Call us today to book your next function at Bullseye Event Center, downtown Norton, where your event is our top priority.
Hi?
We're looking for insurance.
Oh, let's see who's free.
When insurance agents work for only one company, their options are simply limited. But a Trusted Choice independent agent is free to shop many companies for a better deal. Free to do what's right for you.
Let us shop for you. Contact Rogers & Associates to learn more.
First National Bank and Trust, member FDIC, Keller Motors, Kaiser Ag Service, Normandin Heating and Air Conditioning, and Steel Fabrications are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the Logan and Palco high school students and athletes. Best wishes for a successful season from Logan Manor Community Health Services, Midwest Community Bank, member FDIC, Professional Fire Equipment, and Becker Terracing, backing the Logan and Palco students and athletes all season long.
Whether barbecuing with friends and pinning pictures on your tablet about your dream fire pit, watching baseball on TV and waiting for Salvi to dump the ice water, or chatting with your mom on the phone about her cat's newest trick, the last thing you're thinking about is the technology you're using. It should just work. Nex-Tech has the highest rated internet, TV, and phone. Switch now and receive 3 months free and free installation. Certain restrictions apply. New services only. Enjoy life more. Switch to Nex-Tech now.
Good evening, and welcome to this week's edition of Mike on the Mic. I'm Mike Hughes. Well, believe it or not, we're already through a third of the regular season of high school football here in the state of Kansas. As we move into week number 4, we got some great games coming up around the area, including our game of the week here on Nex-Tech Local 1. That is going to be Wallace County at Trego. Trego 3-0 on the season. They're undefeated. They defeated Quinter last week by a score of 46-0, and that's a game you'll see here in just a little bit here on Nex-Tech Local 1. Other games around the area include Hoxie at Rawlins County. Hoxie lost to Wallace County last week, a close game, 30-22. Hayes High, they're 1-2 on the season. They will travel to Garden City. They lost a close game to Liberal last week by a score of 21-13. Dighton will be at Northern Valley. Northern Valley 1-2. Northern Valley did beat Winona Triplanes Brewster this last week, 44-14, to pick up their first win of the season. Quinter, 0-3 on the season, will be at Hill City. Of course, Quinter lost to Trego, as you mentioned, 46-0. Hill City lost to St. Francis last week by a score of 66-18. It'd be Western Plains at Golden Plains. Golden Plains 3-0 on the season. That win was at Cheyenne. Pike Valley 3-0 at Osborne 3-0. Here's a couple of state-ranked teams in 8-man football that's going to go at it at Osborne. Osborne beat Lakeside last week, shut them out 50-0, while Pike Valley defeated Stockton by a score of 56-8. Logan Palco, they won last week here on Nex-Tech Local 1, defeated Thunder Ridge. Matter of fact, they blanked them 50-0. They'll be at Stockton against Stockton 0-3. Otis Bison will be at Victoria. Victoria, a nice win last week over Ellenwood, 56-18. They are now 2-1 on the season. Smith Center, the win last week at home against TMP, 62-0. They'll be at a tough Norton Ball Club. They're 2-1, state ranked in 3A. Norton defeated Oakley last week, 55-16. They, of course, lost to Plainville the week before. Plainville, by the way, they're 2-1 on the season. Will be at TMP this week. TMP 0-3. Lakeside, 0-3 will be at Rock Hills. They're 3-0. Lakeside, as we mentioned, lost to Osborne 50-0. Rock Hills defeated Chase 54-8 last week. Thunder Ridge, who lost last week here on Nex-Tech Local 1, they're 0-3. They'll be at Bennington. Phillipsburg, 3-0. They're state ranked in 3A. They'll be at Oakley. Phillipsburg defeated Plainville last week 31-16. Minneapolis will be at Russell. Russell lost to Southeast of Saline last week 42-20. Dodge City will be at undefeated Great Bend. Great Bend 3-0 after their win over Wichita Northwest last week in a high-scoring affair, 58-47. And Natoma, 0-3 on the season, will be at Wheatland Grinnell. Norton lost to Pawnee Heights last week by a score of 60-6. Now, we've got some great games coming up here on Nex-Tech Local 1 in the next few weeks. Of course, our game tonight, Wallace County at Trego. Next week, we'll have Victoria at Logan Palco, and that game will be played at Logan. Sacred Heart at Plainville. Sacred Heart, tough. They were undefeated but got beat by Beloit this past week. That was their first loss of the season, so a couple of 2-1 teams at this present time. Decatur Community will be at Hill City. Then we'll have Phillipsburg at Norton. That's going to be a battle of 3A powers there, and that's going to be a district game that's going to play into the hands of either ball club with a win or a loss. Lakeside will be at Stockton, and then Plainville will be at La Crosse. That's our games here on Nex-Tech Local 1 coming up in the next few weeks. Well, that's going to do it for this week's edition of Mike on the Mic. We do want to thank our sponsor, the Phillips County Health Systems. Now we'll send it back to Curtis and Chris with our area game of the week right after this message.
We are your Northwest Kansas premier roofing contractor. We've got you covered before and after the storm.
Let us evaluate the condition of your roof and discuss options. We'll often be able to offer efficient, affordable alternatives. Call Roof Masters for a free estimate today.
Roof Masters, that's who you're looking for.
When it comes to accessorizing your truck, SUV, or van, Advantage Glass Plus is the original specialist. They have a huge selection including Nerf bars, custom chrome wheels, ARE truck caps and tonneau covers, running boards, heavy-duty grill guards, fender flares, plus a whole lot more. Along with Retracts, the ultimate tractable pickup bed cover. Enhance appearance, add protection, plus add style and value to your ride. When you visit Advantage Glass Plus, South Pine Street in Hayes, proudly serving the area for 20 years.
Looking for a business class phone system without the business class price? Nex-Tech Cloud Phone is a full-featured solution for businesses of all sizes. Take advantage of powerful features like voicemail to email, Find Me, Follow Me, SIM Ring, and smartphone and tablet integration for a low monthly rate. There's no expensive equipment to purchase or maintain because it's all provided and supported by Nex-Tech. Sign up for Nex-Tech Cloud Phone now and receive a free Lenovo tablet and Google streaming package with Google Chromecast and Chromecast Audio.
When you need dirt construction of any type at any time, call Joel Younger at Flatlander Dirt Works, LLC. Flatlander Dirt Works offers 24-hour service on oil field, farm, residential, and commercial dirt construction. They even handle septic systems and water line installation and repair. They've got all the big boy toys at Flatlander Dirt Works, serving all of Northwest Kansas. Call 623-7744. Proud supporters of all our area athletes. Flatlander Dirt Works, LLC. Heather A. Robin O.D., Fowler Abstract and Title, Hager Manufacturing, Pit Road Liquor, and Dinah's Poland Services are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the Trego Community High School students and athletes. They hope this is the best school year ever. Best wishes for a successful season from MCM Manufacturing, Super 8 Motel, First Federal Savings and Loan Association, Steel Fabrications, and Professional Fire Equipment, backing the Trego Golden Eagles all season long.
To you by State Farm Insurance Agent Brock Whitmore. We're about 10 minutes away from kickoff. Right now we're going to take a look at some other games they'll be covering on the Nex-Tech scoreboard, and that's brought to you by Heritage Insurance. Our scoreboard updates will be provided at halftime and at the end of the game.
First matchup, we got Garden City 3-0 versus Hayes High, who's 2-1. Garden City is listed amongst others in 6A by K-Preps. Great matchup tonight. MCL Norton 2-1. They're number 5 in 3A versus Smith Center, who's 1-2. Smith Center kind of rebounded last week and took out some frustration on TMP. The Monarchs are 0-3. They have homecoming tonight. They're hosting Plainville, who's 2-1, number 2 team in 2A. Oakley's 1-2. They're taking on 3-0 Phillipsburg. Phillipsburg's number 4 in 3A. Russell will be hosting Minneapolis. Great Bend 3-0, 3rd in 5A, will be hosting 2-1 Dodge City. Valley Heights will be, who I saw on Twitter tonight, is also 3-0. They're hosting 3-0 Ellis, so that'll be a good matchup. Goodland will be hosting Holcomb, who's the number 1 team in 4A D2. Holcomb is undefeated. Hugotson's 2-1. They're listed amongst others in 4A D2. They will be hosting a Scott City team who had a tough start. They're 1-2 now. They're still listed amongst others in 4A D2. Ulysses is 1-2. Last week they were drubbed by Holcomb 52-0. They are hosting 3-0 Colby. Colby's number 5 team in 4A D2. In 8-man, Atwood is 3-0. They're listed amongst others in 8-man D1. They're hosting Hoxie, who's 2-1, and their only loss is to Sharon Springs. Northern Valley will be hosting Dighton. Dighton's 3-0 in 8-man D2. Hill City is 1-2. They're hosting 0-3 Quinter. Someone's going to get a much-needed win in that game tonight. Golden Plains will be hosting Western Plains in 6-man action. Osborne, this could be the best matchup in this part of the country tonight. Osborne at 3-0, number 5 team in 8-man D1 is hosting Pike Valley, who's 3-0, and number 3 in 8-man D2. Stockton will be hosting Logan Palco, who's 3-0, and they're listed amongst other in 8-man D1. We'll have them next week, by the way. Right. They'll be hosting Victoria. The Knights are 2-1. They'll be hosting Otis Bison, who's the number 2 team in 8-man D2. Trego's 3-0, or that's our game tonight here, hosting 1-2 Wallace County. Rock Hills is 3-0. They're listed amongst others in 8-man D2. They're hosting 0-3 Lakeside Downs. Tough matchup for the Knights. Bennington and Thunder Ridge are both winless. Someone's going to win in that game tonight. That's always good to see. Bennington's the host team there. Cheyenne will be hosting Colby Heartland in 6-man. Central Plains 3-0, hosting 8. This is others 8-man D1. They're hosting Kinsley. St. Francis number 1 in 8-man D1, hosting 0-3 Oberlin. And finally, in 6-man action, Wheatland Grinnell hosting Natoma.
And those scoreboard updates, just a reminder, will be provided at halftime and at the end of the game. Coming up next, we had a chance to talk to tonight's coaches in the Tri-City Office Supply Scouting Report. That's up next. You're watching Nex-Tech Game Time.
God, I hate doing that. I do.
All right, Coach. Hey, you're 3-0 right now on your season. You've got a great start going on. How's your team looking, and what do you attribute the great start to?
Well, I think the main thing with us being 3-0 is the fact that the kids have worked really hard, and obviously, I think the opponents we've played, we feel like we should be 3-0, and the good thing is we are. But my kids have spent a lot of time in the weight room, spent a lot of time working. We talk about we want to try to outwork everybody we play, and they've done that. And then also they come to work every day at practice and they get better, and that's what they set their own goals. One of their goals is to get better every day, and right now they're holding that they're holding themselves accountable to that, and they are working every day to get better.
Awesome. All right. Hey, how many players do you have out this year?
We have 22 out this year. We only have 3 seniors, but we have 9 freshmen, and it's a good mix. Now we start a lot of young kids, we had a lot of inexperience from the beginning of the year, so we've had a chance to get a little experience, coming into the week 4. So, but the 3 seniors have been really good leaders, and they're all 3 contributing in a lot to what we're doing.
Okay, awesome. Okay, beat Quinter last week. What's your thoughts on that game?
We went into that game not sure what Quinter was going to do against us. We weren't sure what they were going to do defensively, and we never really are, just because people don't run a lot of the same stuff we do. And Quinter played some games with us a little bit on defense, and I was really happy with the way my kids adjusted to things. Quinter made some mistakes that hurt them a little bit, but our goal was just to come in and play hard every down, no matter what the situation, no matter what the set is, what's happening before it or play after. Just know that you got to play hard every down, and the kids really did a nice job of that. I was happy with that.
Okay, awesome. Hey, you got Wallace County on Friday night. What have you seen on film with those guys?
Man, they're really good. They're best 1 and 2 team in the state of Kansas. I believe that. I really do believe that. They played really good against Hoxie last week. They got beat by St. Francis and Atwood, 2 really, really good football teams, week 1 and week 2. And Jeff Hennick does such a great job with them over there. I know they're going to be coached well. I know they're going to be playing hard, and the one thing about that team is that they'll come hit you, and they'll play hard every down, and we know that. We've played them every year I've been here, and we just want to go out and play as well as we can. We're excited about playing against a team that we know we're going to get really good reads from. We know we're going to get really good looks from, and we know this team's going to play hard. And so our focus has to be on playing hard every down and trying to match the intensity that Wallace County is going to bring to the field.
Okay. I know you've kind of touched on this already, but it's the last question. Keys to a Trego win.
Keys to it is turnovers. Really the only game of our first 3, the one that was close, was the fact that we didn't create any turnovers. We work to try to create turnovers every day or every practice, and I think the key to the whole thing is ball control. Us holding on to the football, we're trying to get the ball from them a little bit, and then not making mental mistakes and being focused. Because once again, if we're going to win a football game against a team this caliber, we're going to have to play every down. We're going to have to be focused every down. We can't take one play off. The kids got to believe that every play is going going to matter because every play does matter in a game like this. So I think the biggest thing for us is focus and work on making sure we keep the ball in our hands and not letting them get turnovers on us.
Before, during, or after the game, take your crew to the Golden Q. If the game is on, they're open. The Golden Q in Hayes has the largest gourmet burger menu around. They've also got a super selection of sides, appetizers, salads, wraps, homemade chili, wings, and more. Their Blizzard beer system is guaranteed to keep your drawn brew between 27 and 30 degrees. With a dozen different beers on tap, they've got just about everyone's favorite. Open daily at 10 a.m. The Golden Q, 809 Ash in Hayes.
From senior trips to toddler adventures and youth sports, the Hayes Recreation Commission is your one-stop shop for fun. Check out all the fall and winter brochure for a complete list of scheduled events and classes. The fun times continue in the HRC Wellness Center, where you can enroll in personal training and memberships. The HRC provides fun and fitness for all ages. Find them at hayesrec.org. Call or stop by and learn more.
When it comes to commercial and residential concrete construction in the Hayes area, J-Corp is the preferred choice. They can handle your project from ground up, including excavation, site prep, to finished concrete and pavement, driveways, curbs, streets, parking lots. No job is too big or too small. They also sell and deliver sand, rock, and asphalt millings. Call for a free estimate today. The rock-solid choice in concrete construction. J-Corp, 1707 East 10th Street in Hayes. Leon's Welding and Fabrication has been serving Western Kansas for over 25 years with custom fabrication of metal projects, including trailers, flatbeds, steel and aluminum fencing, ornamental gates and handrails, and metal art creations. Leon's also offers sandblasting and coating services and a powder coating division with over 6,400 colors to choose from. For your next project, visit Leon's Welding and Fabrication, East Highway 40 in Hayes. Regulations and tax laws are always changing. That's why businesses and professionals turn to the experienced team at Mapes & Miller Certified Public Accountants. With 8 CPAs to assist you, they offer a wide range of services from tax preparations, bookkeeping, and payroll to auditing and accounting services. They can also help farmers, ranchers, and small businesses with tax planning. It's not what you make, it's what you keep. Mapes & Miller Certified Public Accountants with offices in Norton, Phillipsburg, Stockton, and Quinter.
Welcome back to the Game of the Week here on Nex-Tech Game Time. I'm Curtis Brown. I'm here with Chris Lee. And Chris, you got something to say a little bit about Nex-Tech's?
Nex-Tech Game Time is partnered with Storage Solutions of Hayes in a Snapchat giveaway. Snap your game photos to NEX-TECH with the Game Time filter for a chance to win one awesome seat cooler. Winners will be notified via Snapchat during tonight's game. And speaking of tonight's game, we are just about ready to have kickoff. Trego won the toss. They deferred, which is not that uncommon. What was uncommon was rather than take the ball, Sharon Springs chose the wind. Okay, so Trego deferred and received the ball. So theoretically, they can get the ball twice if that's what they want.
Right, yeah, that's interesting. But the wind is blowing out here, so
strong wind out of the south.
Looks like Sammy Aquino is going to tee it up here for the Wildcats. And back deep for the Trego Golden Eagles. It looks like it's going to go into the end zone with that wind.
Yeah.
That was a nice kick by Aquino, and that went through the end zone. And so Trego's going to start off here. Their first offensive possession here on the 15-yard line. We've got at quarterback Keegan Schubert, the 6'1", 160-pound sophomore for WaKeeney. They run a 3-wide receiver set. Tate Fauna still, Brendan Flax, and Dallas Schneider are the receivers. Back deep for the Golden Eagles at running back is Hunter Folsom, a 5'11", 170-pound junior. And
Schubert, last one on the field. They're bringing in the play. Looks like they're coming out in I formation.
Looks like Folsom at fullback and Hunter Price, the freshman, back at the tailback position. And it's a fullback dive, and he's met only about 1 or 2 yards on the carry there for Folsom. He didn't get much traction up the middle.
Yeah, tough to run up the middle against the stout Wildcat defense. Let's give him a gain of 2 on that, bring up 2nd and 8 with the 17.
And Schubert back to the line of scrimmage, still in that I formation set. Folsom at fullback, Price the tailback. And Schubert back to pass. He's got a man open there. It's number 10, Dallas Schneider on the out pattern. Nice pitch and catch for the Golden Eagles.
Let's watch a replay here. Linebacker fakes like he's going. They both made their drops like normal. And like you said, that out pattern, so what's so tough about that? Well, the wind is pretty fierce, so even a short little out pattern like that can be hard to throw. Very accurate. Steps out of bounds and bring up a 3rd and short.
Yeah, it wasn't quite enough for the first down, so 3rd and short for the Eagles at their almost 25-yard line. And it's a fullback dive to Folsom. He's got the first down, and he's up to about the 30-yard line. Give him forward progress to the 30, so 5-yard gain by Hunter Folsom on the 3rd down play.
Yeah, that's substantial because, the Wildcats had to be looking for that, but nice gain.
Yeah, they loaded the line of scrimmage up there, but to no avail. Wallace County with their 3-2 defense, 2 cornerbacks, just 1 free safety in the backfield. Shotgun set for Schubert. And it's a handoff to Price, and he's met in the backfield. Chisholm Grund, the senior linebacker for the Wildcats, and was the first to hit him in the backfield.
Yeah, Grund's the leading tackler here for the Wildcats. You see this in replay. Did a nice job getting a lot of bodies to the ball.
Both linebackers are there. Esteban Rodriguez, the sophomore linebacker, as well. So brings up 2nd down and 10 for the Eagles. And Schubert's in the shotgun. He's got both running backs to the side, Hunter Folsom, Hunter Price. Schubert drops back to pass. Ooh, waited just a tick on that. Pass was intended for Tate Faunenstill on the sideline, but he waited just a little bit too much. Almost got that picked off. Carlin Springsteel, the 6'1", 170-pound senior for the Wildcats, out there in coverage.
Be interesting to see. We got a 3rd and basically 10 situation here. It'll be interesting to see Wallace County want to blitz here, how they want to approach this. So
I think with the wind, I don't know. Trego's not scared to throw the ball, though. We've seen him twice.
Yeah.
That's a fake. It's an option out to Folsom, and he's got the outside, but there it's a nice tackle out there by Esteban Rodriguez. He took out his blocker and the ball carrier.
Yeah.
Folsom only get.
Yeah, watch this get on the replay. Oh, yeah, nice play by the corner there. Nice play.
Yeah, and Seth Johnson was out there holding up the wide receiver. Allowed Rodriguez to make the play, and so brings up 4th and 9 for the Golden Eagles, and they're bringing on the punt team.
Punter Brady Matke, number 40, one of their defensive linemen. So you get to see one of the big men back there in a skill position. That's kind of nice to see. Be interesting to see how his punt cuts the wind. You want to spiral it. Maybe
no one's back deep for the Wildcats, so it's low. At least it got out of the wind.
Yeah.
And the Wildcats are going to start at their 28-yard line. It's a good field position to start off the night for the Wallace County Wildcats.
But considering the conditions, it was an ugly punt, but it was effective.
Yeah.
It wasn't really rugby punt or anything. It looked like he just tried to keep it low into the wind. So.
Yeah, I think that was the intent. Looks like there's a flag on the play.
Yeah, as I say, that they haven't moved the sticks yet, so they're Trego has some choices as to what they want to do.
It'll be interesting to see what they call here. That may be roughing the punter. I didn't get a chance back to see. And we don't have a mic on the ref tonight, so we'll try to read the sign language here.
Looks like they're going to re-kick or go for it, or they're going to replay 4th down. Let's say that.
It'll be a 5-yard penalty running into the kicker on the Wildcats, and the Golden Eagles chose to kick this again. They didn't gain too many yardage on the field position swap there, so. This makes sense to re-kick it.
Yeah. Now, it looks like they're getting ready to run a play. That didn't look like
that's
a punt situation. So
it's 4th and 4, so it's like Coach Haxton maybe changed his mind and brings the offense back out on the field on 4th down and 4.
Might be tried long snap, long count sometimes.
Schubert in the shotgun. It's a long count. Yep. You're right. Trego takes a timeout there, so they were trying to draw the Wildcats off sides, I think. And we'll see once they come back on the field. We've got 8:58 left here in the first quarter. Still no score.
Okay, let's take a break here. You're watching Nex-Tech Game Time.
Norton County Hospital would like to welcome Dr. Greg Serene to the community. Dr. Serene is a board-certified surgeon and trained in sports medicine. His practice will focus on knee injuries, joint replacements, and general orthopedics. Dr. Serene has been practicing for over 20 years and looks forward to providing orthopedic care to Norton and the surrounding communities. The Norton County Hospital, dedicated to caring, commitment, and community.
Welcome back to Nex-Tech Game Time, the game of the week here in WaKeeney. We've got a 4th down and 4 situation. WaKeeney brings their offense back onto the field. Schubert under center on the I formation. Folsom gets the ball on a fullback dive, and he's met there by a pack of Wildcats led by number 20, looks like Gabe Kling, and also 27, Chisholm Grund.
Looked like they tried to trap there with Haxton, and they didn't seal off, so the trap really didn't matter.
I'm sorry, that was Sammy Aquino as well. Both defensive end crash in on that fullback dive, so Wildcats take over 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. They're out in a shotgun set. Levi Johnson, the quarterback. They've got trips up to the top of your screen. One receiver to the left. That's Seth Johnson. And we've got a flag. Something maybe different that WaKeeney hadn't seen before. But maybe it's something a little different than Wallace County's done before.
Yeah.
They got a penalty here, and so that'll make it 1st down and 15 from the 38, 39-yard line.
Yeah, that was going in the wind like that. You gotta. I don't know. That wasn't such a bad risk, I think.
Back to their more traditional tight I formation set. Levi Johnson behind center. We got motion by Hammer, and that's a toss out that way. Springsteel with the ball. It's out to the sideline, and he's gone. He may have stepped out of bounds. And Carlin Springsteel on the toss had nothing but green in front of him.
I'm thinking Hammer may have dropped. Well, he didn't get a huge block there. I was hoping he would. That would have been a great little cut line there. But nice job sealing those guys off just well enough to let him get to the sideline. I'm sure when Springsteel watched that video on Monday, he's going to kick himself for not staying in bounds.
Just stepped out of bounds at the 24-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. They got 2 wide receivers, 1 back. And it's Johnson on the quarterback keeper off to the right side, and he's got 5 or 6 yards up through the 20-yard line. Good run there by Levi Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson 44, that's not a traditional quarterback number, and I don't think Sharon Springs started the year. Out there, Grund was almost untouched, so
restricting burns.
That was just a lead ISO play, and the C's opened up for Grund as into the end zone. Now the Wildcats are going for two. They're back in their I formation set. Levi Johnson under center, and this is a give to Springsteed, and he is met in the backfield by, looks like number 74, Alex Haxton got there first. And then T.J. Halfiger finishes up. So the two-point conversion is no good. Our score stays at 6-0, Wallace County over Trego.
We give you a brief summary of what happened there. It was 4th and 7 at the 21. Johnson scrambled right for 18 yards. He looked like it was looking to pass first. It didn't look like a true quarterback sweep.
Right.
But he went down the right sideline, picked up 18 yards. And then on the next play, on a 1st and goal from the 3, Grund went off the right tackle, looked like a lead play out there to score the touchdown. And you were back on with us there when Springsteel stopped in the backfield. So it's 6-0 with 7:10 left in the first.
Yeah, so not a bad drive. The Wildcats take advantage of the 4th down turnover on downs from Trego, and now they're going to get the kickoff with the benefit of the wind. Sammy Aquino is going to tee this up for the Wildcats. His last kick went into the end zone, so I would expect something similar here. That wind out of the south is still blowing pretty good.
Yeah, we'll see if Aquino puts it out of the end zone like he did on the first one. So that's got to be fun as a kicker saying, hey, I'm going to wail on this baby.
I'm going to get this out. Looks like, and this one's going to come up a little bit short, hit at the 5, and taken there, but nice tackle.
Yeah, nice open field tackle there by number 7.
That looks like Luke Johnson.
Yeah, nice play, Luke Johnson there. And, that was a really effective kickoff here. We'll get to see Luke make this hit right here. Wham, got that one leg and just tipped him up. So
that was John Kuhn on the return for the Eagles, and so they're kind of back in their own territory now at the 9-yard line. 1st and 10 for Trego.
Like I said, Trego in their first possession showed the ability to throw in the wind. They're showing a spread formation here. Let's see what they do with it.
Yeah, Schubert in the shotgun, 3 wide receivers. Now Folsom on the motion. It's a give to Price up the middle, and he's just met right at the line of scrimmage. Boy, that defensive front, Gabe Klinge, Landon Bowles, and Sammy Aquino for the Wildcats really got some penetration up front.
Yeah, and that may have been something they've shown before. And a lot of teams will do that. They spread you out to see what you're going to do with the idea they're going to run the middle anyhow. You're wide. When you have your wide receivers out way wide like that, when you're throwing into the wind, it's hard to cut through. Like I said, Schubert's already thrown one nice out pattern to the sidelines, though.
Yep.
So
the 3 wide receivers set again. Folsom in motion now. The option off to the short side. Price with the ball, and he's up to past the 10-yard line, maybe the 11. So out there.
Watch the replay here. The DN spins inside, and that might be what their technique is, but they get a lot of nice inside-out pursuit there.
Chisholm Grund was not faked out there. He was running straight to the running back. So maybe watch out for Schubert to keep that next time on the option.
Yeah, it'll be 3rd and 7 here. Schubert doesn't have a ton of yards on the year, but he has run the ball some, and Price and Folsom have had quite a bit of success, so maybe that's why he hasn't carried much.
Folsom in motion. Schubert looking to throw. He's got the receiver out in the flat, and it's Tate Fauna still on the reception, and it's going to be close to a 1st down. We've got a completion up to the 17-yard line. He may be a yard short. Let's see what the officials do here. Nice little throw, nice little out.
Yep, they're going to bring the chains across the field here, and we'll get a look at this.
That was it kind of went in, kind of a slant in, and then Fauna still cut out to the line.
Well, the nice thing about a little pattern like that is it cuts the amount of time that ball has to travel in the air. So, Nex-Tech Game Time is brought to you by the Chiropractic Centers of Phillipsburg and Stockton, Roofmasters Roofing and Sheet Metal, Norton County Hospital, Advantage Glass Plus, and Bullseye Media Event Center and Venue.
Looks like the Eagles are just a little bit short, so Be 4th and 1 here from the 17. It'll be interesting to see if.
Yeah,
Coach,
they've went through it once already, but not from this deep in their territory.
I think he's going for it again. Coach Haxton's is not going to. He's not going to play this conservatively.
Yeah.
Offensive back out in the field for the Eagles.
And they've tried it once where they went long count.
Yep.
Sharon Springs held their water, didn't jump. After timeout, they still went for it, though.
Right.
And were not successful. That was closer to midfield, though.
Yep, so now Schubert brings the Eagles out, and they're going to be in the I formation. And it's Folsom and Price in the backfield. And this is a quarterback sneak, but there was no room there, and he is pushed back. That's a big number 99 up the middle for.
Here, watch your replay here. That's 99's a nose guard, but he received a lot of help. The center stoned him on the initial push. They're going to measure again. The center stoned him on the initial push, but it looked like they rushed 5 guys. So that was 5 bodies on 5 bodies there, almost like a rugby scrum or something.
Yeah, the linebackers were up to the line of scrimmage, Rodriguez and Grund. I don't think he got this. This is going to be short.
Yeah.
And it is. And so the Wildcats are going to take over. Short field again for the Wildcats. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line. 5:33 left here in the first quarter. Our score 6-0, Wallace County. And Trego, another turnover on downs, gives the Wildcats a good field position to start off.
Like I said, and this is just Western Kansas football here.
Johnson off to the right side, gets a nice block, and he's cut down there by number 7, Brendan Flax, but not after he gains 8 yards on first down. So nice.
Yeah, watch we see the end of the play there. I tell you what, though, the thing I like about that Johnson when he runs the ball, he doesn't run like a quarterback. He looks to
not
punish
sliding.
it.
He's not sliding down. He lowers his head and shoulder, and he's delivering punishment out there. So this brings up 2nd and 3 for the Wildcats at the 11-yard line. In their I formation set, Grund the deep back, and it's an option. And that's going to be close to – that's a pitch out there to Grund, and I don't know if he was – it might be a forward pass. He may completed a pass out there.
Yeah, as I say, that is kind of a statistical nightmare because, boy, it sure does look like it went forward.
Schneider wasn't buying the fakes Johnson was giving.
Well, and Snyder, I think that's what Snyder's probably supposed to do.
Yep.
Is he's supposed to take quarterback, and probably somebody comes up from outside to take the pitch man.
And this is going to be a holding call. So that wipes out everything. Johnson was behind the line of scrimmage, so he could throw it forward.
That's true. Kind of like a shuffle pass.
Yeah,
almost.
it kind of was. But that's all for naught. And they're going to bring the Wildcats back. And that's a costly penalty for Wallace County. It'll be, I believe, the sticks on the far side. Now they got it changed over to 2nd down. So 2nd down and 12 from the 20-yard line for the Wildcats. They're in a single back set. Hammer behind Johnson, and it's a fake. And he's looking. He's got a man wide open into the end zone. Nice catch out there. That's Seth Johnson on the receiving end. It's a 20-yard touchdown completion. Levi Johnson to Seth Johnson for the score. That was a nice play-action fake by Johnson. Fakes the fullback dive, and there's a little celebration there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
guys are having fun out there.
Yep, they sure are. So,
and it's fun when you start with a short field too. So
it'll be interesting to see how this plays out in the second quarter because, like I said, I think some of Trego's decision making has been predicated on what the wind's doing.
It's an option pitch off the Grund, and he's in for the 2-point conversion. So Chisholm Grund on the 2-yard run. Look at this on the replay. Folsom with some nice pursuit over there, but Grund sneaks in, and that makes our score 14-0. 4:43 left here in the first quarter.
Hey, let's throw it out to a break here. You're watching Nex-Tech Game Time.
Progressive Physical Therapy Center has been an integral part of the Hayes community since 2007. Tim Marcus, physical therapist, has led the Hayes physical therapy team ever since the business opened. The Progressive staff offers expert care in a friendly environment. You no longer need a physician's referral when seeking services provided by a physical therapist. Call Progressive Physical Therapy. Their licensed therapists provide personalized patient care and treatments. Progressive Physical Therapy, 2209 Canterbury in Hayes.
I'm Dr. Dustin Cheney with the Chiropractic Centers of Phillipsburg and Stockton. Since 2003, it has been my mission to make sure chiropractic care is available in our communities. Thank you for letting my family take care of your family.
The chiropractic centers are a safe, natural, and holistic choice. From infants to seniors, their doctors and staff provide comprehensive and personalized care.
Remember, pain is not normal. Chiropractic is the natural choice.
See their ad in the Nex-Tech directory.
We're back here at Trego. You didn't miss anything. The kickoff was out of the end zone. It'll be a touchback, so the Screaming Eagles will take over on their own 15-yard line. Will be 1st and 10.
In their first two offensive drives, the Eagles have given the ball up on a turnover on downs, unable to convert on 4th down both times, giving the short field to the Wildcats. So we'll see what's going to take place here. The third offensive possession for the Eagles. They're in the shotgun set, 3 wide receivers. Twins to the right, and it's a fake. Schubert's looking to throw. He's hit as he thrown, and it's over the top of the head of Brendan Flax. Applying the pressure there, Sammy Aquino.
Yeah, let's watch the replay. We can see the pressure that Schubert was under there. That's one of them throws that, you know, he kind of airmailed it, and you say, well, that doesn't look very good. Well, it's better taking the sack there.
Yep. Keegan Schubert, a 6'1", 160-pound sophomore quarterback for the Eagles. Dallas Schneider bringing the play in. And they need to get something going.
Right, and they haven't had much success running the ball. They're almost baiting them to throw the ball. And it's not that Trego can't throw the ball. It's just it is a little bit of a challenge in this win.
So Folsom in motion, and it's a give to Price, and makes a man miss and breaks a tackle. Price up to the 20-yard line. And he's met there, finally taken down by Grund. That's Hammer on the tackle. Good 5-yard, good tough run by Price, the freshman. That's a 5-yard gain. 3rd and 5 now for the Eagles.
And that might be what they needed to kind of get a little spark there, because 3rd and 5 is not an unmanageable situation, whereas 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10, it's going to be tough into a wind.
A 2-back set out of the shotgun. Schubert running the option, and it's a give to Kuhn, and he's met in the backfield. Chisholm Grund he almost took the pitch from Schubert, and we'll see it here on the replay.
Yeah,
pitches it, and nice pursuit, nice tackle there by Grund. And John Kuhn, the running back.
Kling forced the pitch early.
Yes.
And that made Grund's read real easy, and there you go. Now they're going to punt.
Back deep for Trego to punt this is Brady Matke. Nobody really deep, and they almost got it. And Levi Johnson is going to let this ball roll out of bounds for the Wildcats. Chisholm Grund was in on that, almost with the block.
Mm-hmm.
But still.
Had a somewhat fortuitous roll there. You know, they picked up about 5-8 yards more than you thought. So the ball will be at the Trego 46 or 36-37 yard line, but
good field position again for Wallace County. Now 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. They're going to try to take advantage of the wind. They've got a wide receiver split left, and now wide receiver split right. Johnson out of the gun, and it's a fumble in the backfield. Johnson picks the ball up off to the right side. He's got some room to run, and Levi Johnson is into the end zone off a broken play. A 36-yard touchdown run by Levi Johnson.
Yeah, that's a crusher if you're the Eagles here, because
they
had an opportunity to make a play. You get negative yardage, and he scoots out the right side and scores.
They had that red, and I think Levi Johnson was wanting to pull the ball out on a zone read.
Yeah, that's why that bird on my note, zone read. So
he fumbled it, but gave him enough time to scoot off to the right side, and there was nobody out there. 36-yard touchdown run by Levi Johnson makes our score 20-0 Wallace County. 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. And the Wildcats are lined up 4-2 out of the eye. And Johnson dropped the ball again. And he's scrambling around. Can't find anybody and squirts through the end zone. Johnson just making things happen, staying alive out in the backfield, fumbling the ball again. And we got it on the replay here. Couldn't find anybody open. Looked to throw, looked to run, decides to tuck it, and slides through 2 Golden Eagle defenders into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, making our score 22-0 Wallace County on top of Trego.
Wow, that Johnson's quite an athlete, obviously. You can tell he doesn't look like a very natural quarterback.
No.
But that doesn't matter.
He's
just making plays.
back there.
This is Saturday afternoon. We just watched K-State play. Let's go out and play in the backyard. and he's having a great time out there. So
that's going to be tough on the Eagles. They got to watch contain on both defensive ends. Got to keep an eye on him.
And if you watched on the replay, you could see there was 1 or 2 of the Eagles that were kind of spinning in their position.
Yep.
They were, the ball was right in front of them, but they were aware of Johnson's strength and shiftiness, and we're struggling with it.
Aquino getting ready to set up or tee this up again with the wind. His kick average has got to be improving here on every kick. Yeah. So he's.
Let's see.
2 out of the 3 have went into the end zone.
I'd say 2 out of 3 have been touchbacks. So we'll see what he does here.
Back deep for the Eagles is Hunter Price and John Kuhn, looking to get a little better field position. They've been stuck on their end of the field all night. It's a deep kick, and this is through the end zone again for another touchback. So again, Wallace County or Trego is going to start on the 15-yard line, back deep in their own end of this field, and that's kind of where they're stuck here, Chris. They haven't been able to move the ball. They've turned the ball over twice, and it's just been.
Yeah, I bet Coach Haxton would pay good money right now just to get a first down, get some momentum, and get the stinking wind at their back, because you got to think that they're a little intimidated by. Schubert's done a nice job throwing the ball in the wind, but it's just not working for him right now.
We still got 3 minutes left here in the first quarter, so Schubert in the shotgun, Price next to him, and this is a give to Price off to the left side, and tries to make a man miss, but Aquino is there, and then a bunch of other Wildcats, and there's nothing there for Price, and they're just eating this lineup. The Wallace County is controlling the line of scrimmage.
Yes, they are, and they're fundamentally sound. You can see everyone's in the right place. They're getting inside-out pursuit.
Trego's big up front. Matke goes 225. Lowry's 200. Haxton's 245. But they cannot move this Wildcat front 3 to give them any room to run. So now I formation set. And this is a fullback dive. And Folsom's met there again. Nothing going for the Eagles on the ground tonight. Met there by number 6. That's Hammer. And number 20 as well for Wallace County. That is Gabe Clinge.
I think Sharon Springs took a timeout. I'm sure they're thinking is we want to make them punt into the wind. We're going to take a timeout as well. You're watching Nex-Tech Game Time.
With 7 agents and 3 locations, Hammett Land and Auction Incorporated can meet your every need when it comes to your next sale. Visit them at hammettauction.com and you'll find all their upcoming sales, including farms, ranches, as well as farm equipment and even real estate listings, both residential and commercial. They've been serving Western Kansas since 1983, and with offices in Stockton, Russell, and Hayes, they're always nearby to assist you. Hammett Land and Auction Incorporated. Contact them today.
Jake and Chet's Cafe, Schmidt Funeral Home and Monuments, Earl Liquor Store, WaKeeney Animal Hospital, and Sheer Designs are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the Trego Community High School students and athletes. They hope this is the best school year ever. Best wishes for a successful season from White Star Machinery, Nicholson Pumping, Bryant Motel, V&S Auto Body, and Solutions North Bank, member FDIC, backing the Trego Golden Eagles all season long.
We're back here at Trego where the score is 22-0. It's been tough sledding for the Eagles,
And they got a tough situation here. 3rd and 10 from the 15-yard line. They're in an I formation set. And this is a play-action fake, but Hammer's out there, and he's got Schubert wrapped up. He read that perfectly. He did not bite on the fake, and so looks like that's going to bring up 4th down. But Sharon Springs going to take another timeout, Chris.
Wow.
And this is they're really playing the wind. They decided to kick off instead of receive, and now they've called 2 timeouts here in the first quarter to keep this win. We've got 1:54 left.
Well, I'm not sure why, unless they're thinking they're going to get another possession after this one. It's almost you knew they were going to have to punt in the win. This is interesting, but let's take a quick timeout here. You're watching Nex-Tech Game Time.
Safety at a peace of mind price. Nex-Tech Wireless introduces the simple starter plan. For only $15 per month, you can rest easy knowing you can always reach your child on their smartphone. The plan includes unlimited calling, unlimited texting, and unlimited data while on Wi-Fi. You don't have to worry about data overages, and your child will enjoy all the benefits of a smartphone. It's the simple starter plan from Nex-Tech Wireless. Unlimited talk, text, and data while on Wi-Fi for only $15 per month.
And we're back to WaKeeney and Trego with the punt on 4th down. Did not go very far, and that's one reason maybe, Chris, why Sharon Springs called that timeout to keep that wind. And so they're going to take over 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Again, setting up for their 4th offensive possession. All 4 of these possessions have started in Trego territory.
Yeah, they're at about the 26 there, so I'm going to give that about a 19-yard punt.
Levi Johnson, the senior quarterback, in a shotgun. He's got Chisholm Grund off to his side. And this is an option to Grund off the right side. He makes a man miss, and he's up to the 20-yard line, maybe 19-yard line. Grund out there dragging the linebacker, Dallas Schneider, for 3 or 4 yards. Schneider was in good position, just couldn't hang it, just couldn't wrestle to the ground. So
yeah, get a little more shoulder in that tackle there. But, yeah, he was in the right spot, just couldn't finish.
Johnson off to Springsteed, and it bounced off Springsteel's hands into Aquino's hands. And that's going to be a 1st down pass. Why? We got a replay on this. This is quite the throw and catch.
Yeah, you can tell it's a tough night for the Screaming Eagles when it looks like it's going to be it looks like it's going to be a drop pass, and it drops right back into another Wildcat's hands.
Pass was a little high for Carlin Springsteel, but off his fingertips into the hands of Sammy Aquino, and it's 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at the 14-yard line. Levi Johnson in the gun, and this is a zone read, and Levi Johnson off to the left side. Everybody bid on the fake, and Levi Johnson's into the end zone on a 16-yard touchdown run off a zone read, and everybody bid on that one. The whole Eagle defense went with the running back Grund on that, and Johnson untouched into the end zone.
14-yard run there for Johnson. And maybe using those timeouts, so maybe they are thinking they're going to force another punt. So that makes our score 28-0 with the ensuing PAT here. We'll see what we have. Looks like the Wildcats have trips right and a single left.
Yep, Johnson, the lone man in the backfield, on the shotgun. And he's going to throw out to Grund. There's a flag down. Grund muscles his way into the end zone off a screen, but there's a flag down. It may have been off maybe illegal formation or procedure, something.
30 may have held, too. The right guard. Let's see what they call here. But it was a quick flag, like you said. Yeah, illegal procedure. You're right.
Yeah, it was quick. They threw it. That linesman out there threw it quick, so that'll bring the Wildcats, march them back a little bit on their two-point conversion. Already up 28-0, 1:13 left in the first quarter. So this two-point conversion try is going to be from the 8-yard line. Got trip receivers. They're in tight, but and Johnson rolling out to his right, looks to throw. Nobody open, and he's sacked in the backfield. Number 74, Alex Haxton, was there.
That's something for the Eagles to build on there. Good coverage. Made him hold the ball. He punt fakes. Then he said Haxton gets a hold of him, gets a little help, and that stopped it. I'll keep it here so I don't have throw Aubrey into a bad spot on the commercials here. Nex-Tech Game Time is brought to you by Leon's Welding and Fabrication, Nex-Tech Wireless, the Golden Q, J-Corp, and Mason Miller LLP. Thanks for helping us to bring you tonight's game from WaKeeney here, where our score is 28-0. It's been all Wildcats here in the first quarter with the wind at their back. I'm sure Trego will be happy to get the wind at their back in the second quarter. They've been able to throw the ball. Schubert, his ball is cutting through the wind, but I'm sure you're not thinking, well, we're going to throw a 30-yard post pattern into this wind. That's just probably not going to happen.
No, and you can see the flags in the top of your screen. They're bent over pretty good.
Yeah.
Aquino's going to tee this ball up at the 30.
Aquino's 3 out of 4 on the touchbacks. We'll see if he can make it 4 out of 5 here.
Kuhn and Price back deep for the Eagles. They're in the end zone already. And this is over Price's head for another touchback. So this makes him 4 or 5 on touchbacks. And again, they've pinned the Eagles deep back in their own territory. We've seen like this first quarter has been played on Trego's end of the field.
Yes.
We haven't. None of the plays have taken place in Wallace County territory.
Yeah, Schubert over there talking with Coach Haxton before he brings the play in. That's real common at small schools that we do that. Do a lot in junior high too. We got receiver split each way in shotgun.
Yep, 2 backs right beside Schubert. And he's back to throw. Looking back, he's getting pressure by Gund, and Chisholm Gund on the blitz, the linebacker blitz, takes down Schubert. And just wasn't anything there for Schubert. It looked like he was going deep on that.
Mm-hmm.
It was a kind of a slow developing play.
Yeah, they've tried some quicker slants and things like that, some quicker outs, and those are probably easier to throw, but looked like they were going to try something different there, and it just didn't materialize the way they wanted it to.
Yeah, that's a 6-yard loss on the sack. Chisholm Grund, the senior linebacker for the Wildcats, with the sack. And they're going to let this thing run down. 30 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Timeout.
And WaKeeney takes a timeout.
Yeah, that's an unusual thing. Let's take a break here. You're watching Nex-Tech Game Time.
At Bullseye Event Center, we consider every detail when transforming our space into the perfect setting for your event. Our newly renovated, unique facility is ideal for weddings and receptions, corporate events, and parties for up to 300 guests. We also have smaller rooms and on-site kitchen available for meetings and reunions and social gatherings. Call us today to book your next function at Bullseye Event Center, downtown Norton, where your event is our top priority.
Hi?
We're looking for insurance.
Let's see who's free.
When insurance agents work for only one company, their options are simply limited. But a trusted choice independent agent is free to shop many companies for a better deal. Free to do what's right for you.
Let us shop for you. Contact Rogers & Associate to learn more.
First National Bank and Trust, member FDIC, Keller Motors, Kaiser Ag Service, Normandin Heating and Air Conditioning, and Steel Fabrications are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the Logan and Palco high school students and athletes. Best wishes for a successful season from Logan Manor Community Health Services, Midwest Community Bank, member FDIC, Professional Fire Equipment, and Becker Terracing, backing the Logan and Palco students and athletes all season long.
Welcome back to WaKeeney and Nex-Tech Game Time. Game of the week. That was a second down play. That was an incomplete pass for Schubert. Was looking for Hunter Folsom, and that fell incomplete. So now 3rd down and 15 for the Eagles. And their woes continue on offense. It's a fullback dive for Folsom, and he's still running, still churning. Looks like Esteban Rodriguez was there first, trying to strip the ball. Unsuccessful, and Folsom gets back to the original line of scrimmage. And we've got a whistle, 19 seconds left, and Wallace County's going to take another timeout. They want that punt to go in that wind.
But see, that's why I wonder why they threw that ball on 2nd down. I'd have run it and made them burn the last timeout, run it again and get them. But It's tough when you're in the situation that Trego's in right now. It's easy to second guess sitting up here.
Yeah, they're down 28-0. They're just trying to get something going on offense. They haven't really got any momentum. They've never been in any kind of rhythm. It's Wallace County has controlled the line of scrimmage. They've shut down the Golden Eagles running game and really forcing Trego to throw it, and this wind straight in the face of the quarterback, Schubert. So he's struggling. Everybody's struggling on offense, and now they're going to punt the ball away. Brady Matke is wanting this quarter to end because he is having to punt straight to the south wind. Back deep for Wallace County will be Levi Johnson.
We've seen Levi Johnson do damage with the ball in his hands. So,
and this is a short kick. Johnson picks it up. That's a tough grab. A nice tackle out there. Number 14, that's T.J. Halfiger for the Eagles. He was able to corral Johnson, not let him go, but that's a tough pickup.
Yeah, look at this nice hit by Halflinger here. Hayflinger, I'm going to get that right yet. Nice job at keeping him wrapped up. That's a big, strong kid, too. So
they're still going to be on the Trego line, or Trego side of the field. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Levi Johnson in the backfield, twin receivers to the left, one receiver to the right. And Johnson's looking to throw. He's got a receiver, Springsteel right, wide open down the middle of the field, and he's to the 5-yard line. Fumbles the ball, but they're going to call him down. And Carlin Springsteel is going to get to the 4-yard line. He was wide open in the middle of the field, and that's I think that's why with the so little time left in that first quarter, Chris, I think that's what Sharon Springs won that ball so they can throw. So that was a nice throw by Johnson. Hit Springsteel in stride. And
I'm going to give that a 35-yard. It just looked like just a basic post pattern.
Yeah.
But the
coverage wasn't there. I don't know if it looked like they were the zone coverage. Nobody man-to-man. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. And Trego's got to be happy they don't have the wind in their face anymore. But we'll be back for second quarter action right here on Nex-Tech Game Time.
Whether barbecuing with friends and pinning pictures on your tablet about your dream fire pit, watching baseball on TV and waiting for Salvi to dump the ice water, or chatting with your mom on the phone about her cat's newest trick, the last thing you're thinking about is the technology you're using. It should just work. Nex-Tech has the highest rated internet, TV, and phone. Switch now and receive 3 months free and free installation. Certain restrictions apply. New services only. Enjoy life more. Switch to Nex-Tech now.
When it hails, when it pours, one thing's for sure. Roof Masters, that's who you're looking for.
We are your Northwest Kansas premier roofing contractor. We've got you covered before and after the storm.
Let us evaluate the condition of your roof and discuss options. We'll often be able to offer efficient, affordable alternatives. Call Roof Masters for a free estimate today.
Roof Masters, that's who you're looking for.
Welcome back to WaKeeney, and Wallace County set up 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. It's a fullback dive, and Grady Hammer in on the touchdown run, just straight up the middle. And Grady Hammer, his first touchdown run of the night, making our score 34-0. Wallace County on top of Trego just into the second quarter, 11:56 left in the half.
Yeah, the wind wasn't going to be a factor on that dive there.
Good blocking up front by the Wildcat lineman, Gabe Klinge, Landon Bowles, and Esteban Rodriguez. Really opened a nice hole right off the center.
Yeah, with Hammer with the broken hands, not carrying the ball a lot tonight, but I'm sure he's glad to get that carry.
And this is Grund, and he's met in the backfield by T.J. Hayfliger, and that was an ISO play off the left side, but Hayfliger read that quickly and makes the tackle in the backfield. So 2-point conversion is no good. Our score remains 34-0. Wallace County on top of Trego. 11:56 left here in the first half.
Yeah, now your Trego saying now you got the wind at your back. If you want to throw like a deep post, like Wallace County did on their last that set up their last score, you can do that now without fear of the ball just hanging in the wind.
And they're going to get an opportunity, most likely, to return this and maybe get from there.
That's another good
end zone.
Good point, Curtis. That before they've only been able to return 1 of 5 kickoffs.
Yeah.
The other 4 were touchbacks. But now that maybe they can set up a return, get a spark that way as well. So
Kuhn and Price are still set up deep. They're in the end zone, or right there at the goal line. Sammy Aquino teed up to kick this one off for the Wildcats. And like you said, Chris, 4 out of 5 of his kickoffs have went for touchbacks. But
now I'd be
he's
really
got the
impressed
win.
if he punches one in from here now, but we'll see.
We'll see. Aquino, that's a deep kick. Going to take a bounce at the 5, and Price takes it at the 2, and he's met. He gets up to the 11, 12-yard line, but nothing further. Looks like number 81 out there. That's Carlin Springsteel.
I'm surprised he lets this ball hit the ground because
Yeah.
that gives the coverage about 5 more yards to get in a little tighter. And
Springsteel there. It looks like also number 5, Seth Johnson, was also in on the tackle.
Just split the blockers there to get to the ball carrier. So
again, the Eagles are deep in their own territory, 13-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Keegan Schubert brings the Eagles to the line of scrimmage, looking to get something going on offense. And this is a dive, and this is ISO play, and nothing going at all. That was Esteban Rodriguez in there. And it looks like that was Hunter Price on the ISO, but he lost a yard.
Yeah, fullback was stacked up by the D end, and then they get inside out pursuit there. Just nothing going there.
Rodriguez and Grun, both linebackers for the Wildcats, of having themselves a game. But look for maybe WaKeeney here to run some play action. Those linebackers up near the line of scrimmage. So we'll see. Schubert in the shotgun, going to run the option. Going to keep the ball, but now he pitches it back to Folsom, and Folsom takes a hit over there by Levi Johnson. But Schubert, that's a dangerous pitch. He was wrapped up by Grund, able to get the pitch off to Folsom out there. Does pick up some yardage, though, so it'll be 3rd and 5. But that's always risky, Chris, when you're getting wrapped up.
No, that's not the way you would ordinarily play the game. But
hey, they'll take it.
When you're down 34-zip, you need to try to make something happen. Give Schubert credit for trying to be a playmaker here.
Schubert in the shotgun. And it's a give to Price, and he's met in the backfield. Again, Chisholm Grund, we've called his name quite a bit tonight. And Grund again in on the tackle. It's a loss of a yard. It'll bring up 4th and 5.
Yeah, that's Haxton comes across on the trap block, but it wasn't the end that made the play. It was the linebacker coming through the middle that stacked it up, and then the end helps finish it off.
Yeah, Grady Hammer there with the club on his right hand. They didn't start him tonight on defense, but he's rotating in quite often. And Matke back deep to punt this away for the Eagles. And it is blocked. It is blocked by Wallace County. And there's a scramble for it. Number 20, Gabe Kling, makes the block and makes the recovery. There's a beautiful block there. Gets extension and then is able to make the recovery back there to the line of scrimmage. And this sets the Wildcats up again. Nice field position on the 16-yard line.
Yeah,
short field again for the Wildcats, but
it's
good block.
Yeah, Kling makes the play there. Kling's done some other nice things tonight. Obviously, Levi Johnson did a great job quarterbacking. Grun's in on a bunch of tackles. Springsteel's had some big plays. I mean, they're getting contributions from a lot of people.
And up front, both ends, they're controlling this. This is the option. Levi Johnson going to keep it, makes a spin move in the end zone now. Johnson on a 16-yard touchdown run. That was nice. Here we got on a replay. Johnson on the option keeper just takes it, makes the spin move out on number 7. That's Brendan Flax, and he's into the end zone again for another touchdown, making our score 40-0. 10:18 left in the second quarter, and they're just scoring at will.
Yes. And
this is,
it's really tough to turn this around once a team gets rolling downhill like this on you. Trego may need to open it up, and like I said, maybe attack the deep middle. Do something, like I said, the play action, get those linebackers rolling up and get something underneath.
Johnson set back the pass, looking to throw back, but he can't. He scrambles and gets the 2-point conversion. Can't find anybody open, but Johnson making plays again with his feet on the touch or on the 2-point conversion. Nice run by Johnson, keeping things alive.
Let's take a break here. You're watching Nex-Tech Game Time.
When it comes to accessorizing your truck, SUV, or van, Advantage Glass Plus is the original specialist. They have a huge selection including Nerf bars, custom chrome wheels, ARE truck caps and tonneau covers, running boards, heavy-duty grill guards, fender flares, plus a whole lot more. Along with Retracts, the ultimate tractable pickup bed cover. Enhance appearance, add protection, plus add style and value to your ride. When you visit Advantage Glass Plus, South Pine Street in Hayes, proudly serving the area for 20 years.
Looking for a business class phone system without the business class price? Nex-Tech Cloud Phone is a full-featured solution for businesses of all sizes. Take advantage of powerful features like voicemail to email, Find Me, Follow Me, SIM ring, and smartphone and tablet integration for a low monthly rate. There's no expensive equipment to purchase or maintain because it's all provided and supported by Nex-Tech. Sign up for Nex-Tech Cloud Phone now and receive a free Lenovo tablet and Google streaming package with Google Chromecast and Chromecast Audio.
Welcome back to WaKeeney, and we were just you're watching the end of the kickoff, and Price for the Eagles takes the kickoff up to the 16-yard line. There's a flag on the play, and it's going against WaKeeney.
Wow, they finally get it out beyond the 15, which is where you get a touchback.
Yep.
And then we have a penalty to bring him back. So
yeah, finally a decent return by Price. He caught this ball, didn't let it hit the ground, and they're going to be.
And that first one he let drop, it may have been a function of that was the first time he caught a ball into the wind,
right, and
it just died on him when he didn't expect it to. So don't even want to be real critical of that.
No, and he's just a freshman back there, so it's a lot of pressure for a freshman. But his good return on this one is wiped out, and the penalty will bring the Eagles back to the 10-yard line. Keegan Schubert running the play in for the Eagles, and we'll see what they can do on offense. Really, just again, nothing going for the Eagles tonight. It's been pretty tough sledding. So they're going to come out in the shotgun. Twins to the left of Schubert, one wide receiver to the right. Price in the backfield. Schubert looking to throw. He's under pressure, and he's sacked. Schubert was sacked there by number 20, Gabe Kling, and also number 6, Grady Hammer. Both of those guys were in on the.
Boy, Kling is kind of taking the game over right now.
Kling on the initial pressure, and the Hammer there to clean it up. And this is going to be at the 2-yard line. Sack. Looks like a loss of 8.
Yeah.
On the play. 9:40 left here at halftime. And the Eagles are really pinned deep.
Boy, and what makes this dangerous, you don't want to give up a safety here and give them back the ball.
Yep. Another shotgun. Schubert just going to take this off to the right side. He's got a little bit of room, and he's a pitch man. There's nobody out there. And Wallace County recovers it for the touchdown. And Schubert, I think, was thinking there was a pitch man, but there was no pitch man.
No.
He was all by himself.
Yeah, boy, he looked exactly like he was going to pitch it. And
Aquino looks like Sammy Aquino with the fumble recovery in the end zone. A touchdown for the Wildcats, making this score 48-0. And that's just a young quarterback, maybe a little bit of confusion, but that's not the place on the field to have that kind of confusion.
Yeah, that's a bad deal all the way around.
Pretty costly. And so it looks like they've got some different personnel in. Number 7, Luke Johnson looking to throw. A nice jump pass out there by Luke Johnson, the second team quarterback. He throws out to number 21. Not for sure. He's not on the sheet here, so not for sure who that was, but that was a nice jump pass by the young Luke Johnson. He's just a sophomore for the Wildcats. It hit number 21 in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Our score 50-0. Wallace County all over Trego 9:22 left in the second quarter, so plenty of time for WaKeeney to get something going, back. If the score remains, this game's over with at halftime. So, plenty of time, though.
And right now, this is homecoming for the Eagles. This is obviously not what they want. So, what they need to do is, like I said, get something positive going. Try to get some momentum back on their side. Sharon Springs is a good team. They are not your typical 1-2 team, like you pointed out, Curtis, in the pregame show. They had the third toughest schedule in 8-man. St. Francis is in a lot of discussion right now to be your 8-man Division I champion. They're in excellent shape to win the Northwest Kansas League title. Their other loss is to Atwood. Is that right? Rawlins County?
Yep, and that was a close 6-point loss.
Right, and
they beat Hoxie.
So, this is a pretty good ball club here.
Esteban Rodriguez now going to give a shot at the kickoff. It's rolling. Hunter Folsom stays on his feet. Folsom took the ball to the 20-yard line, able to push it up to the 30. Nice tough run here. We got it on the replay.
Yeah, Folsom runs that ball like a fullback too. I mean, you can see it's like he doesn't want to.
Kept his feet moving there. He didn't go down. It was a nice shot on the camera there on the replay. And the Eagles finally get some good field position to start off their offensive possession at the 29-yard line. Schubert in the shotgun. He's looking to throw, and he's got a man out there on the slant pattern. Nice pitch and catch to Tate Fonenstiel, the 6', 195-pound junior. And
watch the replay here. He
stares him down, but nice throw.
Right on the numbers. That way he can use his body to shield the defender off.
Yep, Schubert knew where he was going. A nice throw out there to Fonenstiel. 2nd down and 3 for the Eagles at the 37-yard line. Schubert in the shotgun again. Twin running backs off to his side. Looking to throw, looking for Fonenstiel again, and Fonenstiel couldn't hang on to that one. That was kind of a slant in and then ran it out.
Yeah.
Couldn't control that.
Kind of a complimentary route to the previous one. So brings up a 3rd and a short 3. Run or pass, either one here. And obviously if you're Trego, you're way beyond the decision whether you're going to punt or not.
Right.
So
I look for them to throw the ball again. They're just not getting much going on the ground. But they come out in I formation. And
Blitz
Schubert,
the right linebacker.
And it's going to be a fullback dive for Folsom, and there's not much going. Maybe a yard on the fullback dive is a give on an option play. And I think either which way that Schubert was going to make that decision, the Wildcats were there. They were all over the field.
Yeah.
Good tackle there by number 6, Grady Hammer. Number 20, Gabe Kling again. Those two guys really controlling. Now they've got some different personnel up front for Wallace County.
4th and 2 here for the Eagles.
And looking to throw, and this is tipped at the line of scrimmage and incomplete. Looked like it was number 20 again, Gabe Kling. Looks like maybe sorry, that was Grady Hammer.
Yeah, Hammer. Hammer got his hammer in there to deflect that, and Fonenstiel made a game effort trying to catch it, but even if he'd have brought it in, I don't think he would have been a first down anyhow.
Well, once the ball's tipped, then there is no pass interference.
Right.
So that's a turnover on downs. Another turnover for the Eagles, and the Wildcats set up. Looks like on the option play, and Johnson's going to keep it. Different Johnson, the quarterback. It's a tough run by Luke Johnson, the backup quarterback, 115-pound sophomore off the left side. Not a whole lot of personnel for Wallace County. They can't really substitute.
Right, they can't really substitute much, yeah.
Right, but they're getting some guys in for sure as this ball game. 7:36 left in the half. And Luke Johnson in the shotgun, Hammer to his side. And this is a give to Hammer up the middle. And he's up to past the 30-yard line to the 34. A nice 4-yard gain for Cody Hammer.
Yeah,
Grady Hammer, I'm sorry.
1st and 10 there.
Good block up front.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is and like I said, there's only two was there two, maybe three subs over there. So there's not a lot of subbing down they can do, but they're shuffling different kids in there, and Sharon Springs still moving the ball first to 10th or at the Trego 26.
And it's a pitch
Blitz
off to Springsteed, and he is met out there. Nice pursuit by Hunter Folsom and TJ Halfiger. Both of those guys following that pursuit, and that's a loss of 3 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 14 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, it may not change the course of the game much, but I'm sure for Trego, that's something. That's a starting point. It looked like they blitzed the right linebacker. I don't know if they might have brought somebody else as well there to try to change up the situation.
So I formation set for Luke Johnson. It's a fake, and he's got all sorts of time. He's going to decide to run, tuck the ball under. He's to the 20-yard line, and he's met. Big hit out there. He stays in bounds. Luke Johnson had all sorts of time looking, makes a decision to keep the ball here. And nice hit out there, number 10. That's Dallas Schneider. But a good 15-yard gain on the play for the backup quarterback, Luke Johnson. Will bring up 3rd and short, probably 2 yards, maybe 1-2 yards for Wallace County. And one back set, and it's a give to Hammer, and Hammer's running tough, makes a move. He's still on his feet down to the 2-yard line, and Grady Hammer just takes a fullback dive there, and is carrying defenders, makes one man miss, and then just won't go down.
Yeah, that's nice determined running there. Give him a gain of about 15 there at the 3-yard line, 1st and goal. They blitzed to look like the left outside linebacker. He just annihilated the tight end on that side, but it was a dive inside of him, and it didn't matter.
So I formation set for the Wildcats at the 2-yard line. And Johnson on the quarterback sneak, and it's going to be short, but there's going to be a penalty flag here. Luke Johnson, maybe 1-yard gain.
Luke Johnson doing a nice job there, keeping his head up, looking for where the gap is.
Hayflinger on the tackle. TJ Hayflinger. And this looks like it's going to go against the Wildcats. So a break for the Eagles.
Holding is our call.
And this will bring the ball back out to the 14-yard line. 1st and goal there for Wallace County. Already on top of Trego, 50-0. 5:26 left here in the first half.
White Hat runs it, starts the clock. Ticking down here. The homecoming game may be cut short here a little bit for Trego. I'm sure they're still standing on the sidelines. What have we got left? What's a different look we can show here? The passing has been more short passing, but that's because they've been thrown into the wind most of the game. So
Luke Johnson now takes a snap, and he's been rushed, and Hayfliger there with a nice tackle on the blitz, and they've got Luke Johnson sacked back at the 22-yard line.
Now watch him come off the end, or no, it was a linebacker blitz that went through the B gap. So
not much Luke Johnson can do at that point. 2nd and goal now, clear back at the 23-yard line.
Yeah, that's an unusual call. You don't hear that very often. 2nd goal to 22, but it's an 8-yard loss there on the play. And right now, Sharon Springs probably is pretty happy just to keep the clock rolling.
Yep. Yeah, they're not in any hurry to get to the line of scrimmage. So Johnson's got one back behind him. That's Hammer. And this is a quarterback keeper, and he's met in the backfield. Number 40, Brady Madkey, the defensive end for the Eagles, was not fooled on there. Johnson tried a quarterback sneak. He couldn't get anywhere. Tried to bounce outside, but Madkey was there to clean that up.
And that was good technique by Madkey. He kind of squared it off. He was going to keep contained. He didn't dive in, because if he dives into the pile there,
right,
Johnson's going to spin around him to the outside.
So 3rd and goal now from the 25-yard line. Luke Johnson in a quarterback. Hammer and Springsteel, and there's a flag. Probably a good thing for the Wildcats. There's a fumbled snap. It's going to be procedure call, and that'll bring him back to the 30-yard line. First and goal at the 30. So,
an even more rare
goal.
call, yeah.
Yeah, third and goal, so not too many plays in the playbook on this one, but I think Wallace County is just content to run this time down, run some clock here.
3:30 left here in the second quarter. Like you said, they're just running clock. They need to send your Snapchats in the Nex-Tech. We may get cut a little short tonight, so please get us your Snapchats in right away from Sharon Springs or from WaKeeney.
There will be a winner. So the pitch at the Spring Steel off to the left side. He's got some running room out there. Good gain up to about the 20-yard line. He's out of bounds, so he gets 10 yards back on the sweep. We'll bring up fourth down and goal from the 20-yard line.
Gets that ball up to about we're marking about the 20, so that'll be a 10-yard gain. And we're going to get you some Snapchats here. The next break we get, instead of a break, we'll throw it to some Snapchats and see if we have a winner out there, or we obviously keep sending them. We haven't chosen anything yet, so.
And that seat cooler is pretty neat, so. And you don't have to be at the game to win, so send your Snapchats in. There's a pitch off to Gund, and he's not going to go anywhere. And Chisholm Grund on the carry, maybe a yard, but that'll be a turnover on downs, and Trego able to hold the Wildcats for the first time tonight.
Yep, that's a nice thing to build on.
Yep.
Let's check out these Snapchats while we're switching offense and defense here. Well, we'll get those queued up here in just a minute. Trego takes over the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 19.
And Keegan Schubert brings the Eagles to the line of scrimmage out of the I formation. And this is a pitch to John Kuhn, and he's met. He stays on his feet, though. Kuhn still going. Finally wrangled down at the 6-yard line, but that was a big hit. Kuhn took a huge hit on that pitch, but he was able to keep his feet. He wasn't going down. But that's a big loss.
It's going to be a loss of about 10, and give him credit for courage, if nothing else. That was a big hit. The tackler didn't wrap well, but a lot of times a hit like that, just a concussion of it's going to make you a little weak in the knees. So
this is going to be 2nd and 21 from the 8-yard line. The Eagles move back again. And Schubert looking to throw. Has his receiver out in the flat. That's number 10, Dallas Schneider, on the reception. And that's probably an 8-yard gain, 9-yard gain on the play. So good, nice rhythm throw for Schneider out there in the flat.
Brings up 3rd and 11. It's going to be a tough down in distance, but certainly better than 3rd and 20. Here we come with here's a Trego Snapchat. See the Golden Eagles out there warming up. Got a little guy at the game checking out the activities. Football 2016 shirt. Got some junior high girls there maybe.
And the dive play gets nowhere. There's a fumble strip on the play. Look at 81, Carlin Springsteel on the strip. They held the runner up and were able to strip the ball from him, but Trego able to recover. Makes this 4th and 16. 1:55 left. Coach Axton, I think he's going to keep his offense on the field. There's no short time left here. You need something. If you can get a score somehow, they get something moving. You get this game in the second half. At least get some experience, some game experience for these kids.
Yes. Yeah, they've
take a timeout.
Take a timeout here. We'll take a timeout as well. You're watching Nex-Tech Game Time.
When you need dirt construction of any type at any time, call Joel Younger at Flatlander Dirt Works, LLC. Flatlander Dirt Works offers 24-hour service on oil field, farm, residential, and commercial dirt construction. They even handle septic systems and water line installation and repair. They've got all the big boy toys at Flatlander Dirt Works, serving all of Northwest Kansas. Call 623-7744. Proud supporters of all our area athletes. Flatlander Dirt Works, LLC. Heather A. Robin O.D., Fowler Abstract and Title, Hager Manufacturing, Pit Road Liquor, and Dinah's Poland Services are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the Trego Community High School students and athletes. They hope this is the best school year ever. Best wishes for a successful season from MCM Manufacturing, Super 8 Motel, First Federal Savings and Loan Association, Steel Fabrications, and Professional Fire Equipment, backing the Trego Golden Eagles all season long.
Welcome back to WaKeeney and Nex-Tech Game Time's coverage of the game of the week. The Wallace County Wildcats on top of Trego Eagles 50-0, 1:33 left here in the second quarter. It's a 4th and 15 for the Eagles. And Schubert is under pressure, and there's maybe a face mask play. Is a sack, dropped the ball, but this is going to be on the Wildcats. Take a look at it here.
We'll see if we see the old face mask get jerked there. That's yep, no doubt, no doubt.
Number 18, Evan Berquist, was applying the pressure on Schubert, but that's going to be a personal foul face mask. That'll give the Eagles a first down here.
Yep.
1:27 left. They need a score to keep this game going past halftime.
Yeah, I got a quick score here. We'll have our halftime show coming up. The Western Kansas score has been slow trickling in. First one I see, Dodge City 17, Great Bend 14. Great Bend is ranked, so that's a mild upset in the works. I think that's at Dodge, though. So
well, Great Bend can score. I think they've lit the scoreboard up a couple weeks. So
yeah, you look at those preseason list Sports in Kansas puts out. They had all kinds of guys each on those offensive lists. Have each one, like you said, they put up points in bunches.
And that penalty will give the Eagles a first down, 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Time's running down for the Eagles, and they're out of timeouts, so they need to get the ball moving and in a hurry. Schubert's going to bring the Eagles to the line of scrimmage. He's going to be out of the shotgun. Wide receivers split left and right. Hunter Price, the running back, in the backfield with Schubert. And it's a fake and a screen set up to the lineman, and that was a screen set up for Alex Haxton, the 6', 245-pound right guard who was eligible on the play.
Yeah.
But not used to catching the ball.
I like the way he finished that, though.
It was good.
He didn't finish that like a wide receiver would. He decided, I'm going to come out on top of that. So
yeah, Esteban Rodriguez, the linebacker out there, he got all he wanted from Haxton. So 2nd down and 10 for the Eagles. Schubert under pressure, and it's a nice play there by Berquist, who tipped the ball and about tipped it back to him for an interception.
Yeah, they about tipped it back to himself here. We'll watch the replay here. He tips it up in the air, looking around. It kind of shot just over his shoulder there.
Yeah, maybe even a little kick there to try to keep it up in the air, but to no avail. It'll bring up 3rd down and 10 for the Trego Eagles. 1:19 left in the first half.
Needs to work on the hacky sack skills maybe a little bit there.
There you go. Schubert now out of the gun. 2 running backs to his side, 2 wide receivers. Looks like Wallace County is going to bring the blitz. And it's a draw play. John Kuhn with a nice run. Good call on 3rd down. And Kuhn is up to the 37-yard line. So I'll give him a 7-yard gain on the play. Nice little draw play. Linebackers for the Wildcats have been blitzing all night. Those 2 middle linebackers, they've been making plays too.
Yes, they have.
Good call and consecutive plays. First one was a screen pass try, and this was a draw. Those are some plays you do try to
Just outside our coverage area, Central Plains has defeated Kinsley 76-0 at halftime. Ouch.
And Schubert rolling right, and there's a fumble, and Kuhn gets back on there on the ball, but that's going to be a loss of 10 yards on the play. That was a 4th down and 3, and Schubert just trying to make something happen out there on the pitch, but he was under pressure by Berquist again and makes the fumble. So 30 seconds left here in the half, and my guess is that the Wildcats are just going to take a knee on this. There's no timeouts left for the Eagles, and there's not much they're going to do. This game is going to end at halftime. In a game where
they're in a bunch they're in a victory formation there. So You called that one right, Curtis.
Yeah, nice. Takes a knee, and that should do it for the Wildcats. Wallace County is going to come away with a victory. They're going to move to 2-2 on the year. Trego's going to suffer their first loss of the season. They're going to move to 3-1. But pretty good performance, Chris, by the Wildcats tonight. 50-0, just a dominating performance. And coming up next, we're going to get you some scores on the scoreboard, get you the Snapchat winner. So stay tuned here on Nex-Tech Game Time.
Before, during, or after the game, take your crew to the Golden Q. If the game is on, they're open. The Golden Q in Hayes has the largest gourmet burger menu around. They've also got a super selection of sides, appetizers, salads, wraps, homemade chili, wings, and more. Their Blizzard beer system is guaranteed to keep your drawn brew between 27 and 30 degrees. With a dozen different beers on tap, they've got just about everyone's favorite. Open daily at 10 a.m. The Golden Q, 809 Ash in Hayes.
From senior trips to toddler adventures and youth sports, the Hayes Recreation Commission is your one-stop shop for fun. Check out all the fall and winter brochure for a complete list of scheduled events and classes. The fun times continue in the HRC Wellness Center, where you can enroll in personal training and memberships. The HRC provides fun and fitness for all ages. Find them at hayesrec.org. Call or stop by and learn more.
When it comes to commercial and residential concrete construction in the Hayes area, J-Corp is the preferred choice. They can handle your project from ground up, including excavation, site prep, to finished concrete and pavement, driveways, curbs, streets, parking lots. No job is too big or too small. They also sell and deliver sand, rock, and asphalt millings. Call for a free estimate today. The rock-solid choice in concrete construction. J-Corp, 1707 East 10th Street in Hayes. Leon's Welding and Fabrication has been serving Western Kansas for over 25 years with custom fabrication of metal projects, including trailers, flatbeds, steel and aluminum fencing, ornamental gates and handrails, and metal art creations. Leon's also offers sandblasting and coating services and a powder coating division with over 6,400 colors to choose from. For your next project, visit Leon's Welding and Fabrication, East Highway 40 in Hayes. Regulations and tax laws are always changing. That's why businesses and professionals turn to the experienced team at Mapes & Miller Certified Public Accountants. With 8 CPAs to assist you, they offer a wide range of services from tax preparations, bookkeeping, and payroll to auditing and accounting services. They can also help farmers, ranchers, and small businesses with tax planning. It's not what you make, it's what you keep. Mapes & Miller Certified Public Accountants with offices in Norton, Phillipsburg, Stockton, and Quinter.
We're back here at Trego Community High School, where the Eagles have dropped a 50-0 decision to Sharon Springs, Wallace County. Let's go to the Tri-Central Office Supply Scoreboard Show. Garden City's up on Hayes at halftime, 27-0. At that great MCL battle, Smith Center 14-7 over Norton. Maybe a little bit of surprise, but not much. Halftime at TMP homecoming, they're down to Plainville 30-7. Peaburg up on Oakley 28-0 in the MCL. No score, Russell, Minneapolis. Halftime, Great Bend has tied it back up at 14 all. Valley Heights 35, Ellis 26. That's in the second quarter. That's a matchup of undefeated teams. Quinter's already been finished off tonight by Hill City. The Ringnecks up 54-0. Scott City 14-7 over Hugoton in the battle of ranked teams. Beloit 22, Republic County 14 in the second. Ellsworth up on the cross 12-8 at halftime. Also at halftime, Hoisington 21, Washington County 6. At halftime, next Logan Palco, we'll have them next week. They're up on Stockton 28-8. And at halftime in a 6-man game, Golden Plains is up on Chi-Lin 26-0. Pike Valley up 18-14. That big battle up just north and east of us a little ways. Rural Vista's up on Clifton Clyde updated that one just right on the spot, 44-28 at halftime. Otis Bison in a battle of well-known teams, and it's up 14-8 on Victoria. That's our score here, 50-0. Wallace County wins. Rock Hills is just about finished off Lakeside. It's 58-6. St. Francis hammering Oberlin 40-0 in the second quarter. Ellenwood over Ness City 14-6. And a final, it was into halftime. Central Plains put it to Kensington 76-0. Let's go to break. When we come back, we'll have some Snapchats and we'll close it up. You're watching Nex-Tech Game Time.
Norton County Hospital would like to welcome Dr. Greg Serene to the community. Dr. Serene is a board-certified surgeon and trained in sports medicine. His practice will focus on knee injuries, joint replacements, and general orthopedics. Dr. Serene has been practicing for over 20 years and looks forward to providing orthopedic care to Norton and the surrounding communities. The Norton County Hospital, dedicated to caring, commitment, and community.
Get more of the potential you plant with the latest from 360 Yield Center. Unlock trapped nutrients and speed residue breakdown with 360 Chain Roll. Prevent root-restricting berms to give roots access to potential-boosting moisture and nutrients with 360 Bullet Ripper Points. And capture more yield at every harvest by reducing header loss by 80% with 360 Yield Saver replacement gathering chains.
Progressive Physical Therapy Center has been an integral part of the Hayes community since 2007. Tim Marcus, physical therapist, has led the Hayes physical therapy team ever since the business opened. The Progressive staff offers expert care in a friendly environment. You no longer need a physician's referral when seeking services provided by a physical therapist. Call Progressive Physical Therapy. Their licensed therapists provide personalized patient care and treatments. Progressive Physical Therapy, 2209 Canterbury in Hayes.
I'm Dr. Dustin Cheney with the Chiropractic Centers of Phillipsburg and Stockton. Since 2003, it has been my mission to make sure chiropractic care is available in our communities. Thank you for letting my family take care of your family.
The chiropractic centers are a safe, natural, and holistic choice. From infants to seniors, their doctors and staff provide comprehensive and personalized care.
Remember, pain is not normal. Chiropractic is the natural choice.
See their ad in the Nex-Tech directory.
$10,000 in 10, but give 15.
With 7 agents and 3 locations, Hammett Land and Auction Incorporated can meet your every need when it comes to your next sale. Visit them at hammettauction.com and you'll find all their upcoming sales, including farms, ranches, as well as farm equipment and even real estate listings, both residential and commercial. They've been serving Western Kansas since 1983, and with offices in Stockton, Russell, and Hayes, they're always nearby to assist you. Hammett Land and Auction Incorporated. Contact them today.
$25 would get $21,000.
Jake and Chet's Cafe, Schmidt Funeral Home and Monuments, Earl Liquor Store, WaKeeney Animal Hospital, and Sheer Designs are proud of the hard work and dedication of all the Trego Community High School students and athletes. They hope this is the best school year ever. Best wishes for a successful season from White Star Machinery, Nicholson Pumping, Bryant Motel, V&S Auto Body, and Solutions North Bank, member FDIC, backing the Trego Golden Eagles all season long.
Safety at a peace of mind price. Nex-Tech Wireless introduces the simple starter plan. For only $15 per month, you can rest easy knowing you can always reach your child on their smartphone. The plan includes unlimited calling, unlimited texting, and unlimited data while on Wi-Fi. You don't have to worry about data overages, and your child will enjoy all the benefits of a smartphone. It's the simple starter plan from Nex-Tech Wireless. Unlimited talk, text, and data while on Wi-Fi for only $15 per month.
Nex-Tech Game Time is brought to you by Hayes Recreation Commission, State Farm Insurance, Brock Whitmore Agent, Storage Solutions of Hayes, Tri-Central Office Supply, and Phillips County Health Systems. You're looking down on the field. That's the Sharon Springs fans talking to their Wildcats after their 50-0 win here. They increased their record to 2-2. Trego drops to 3-1. Let's see who our Snapchat winners tonight, Aubrey. There you go. That's a cute picture.
And that's a young Trego Golden Eagle fan.
Tasha's our winner tonight. Tasha may need some help carrying the seat cooler. I think that'll be a little bit too big for her to handle. But Tasha's our winner tonight. Next week, you'll have a chance to win it. Well, we'll be at Logan, where the Logan Palco Trojans will be hosting Victoria Knights in what promises to be a great game. Our game here tonight wasn't quite as good, Trego suffered the bad field position, going into the wind, turnovers, just a lot of things went against him. Do you have any final comments, Curtis?
It was a pretty dominating performance by Sharon Springs. That first quarter just killed the Eagles. Sharon Springs took advantage of the wind, chose to kick off instead of receiving the ball, and they continued calling timeouts, continued to take advantage of that wind, and Eagles just couldn't keep up tonight.
Yeah, we'll call that our Nex-Tech Wireless call of the game. Was when they won the toss, when after Trego deferred, they chose the wind rather than the ball, which is unusual, but the wind made a big factor and helped stuff it down in this North Bowl, and Trego unfortunately just couldn't get out. So thanks for tuning in tonight. Like I said, we'll be at Logan Palco next week. Come back, we'll be out on 6:30. Curtis and I will have a pregame show, and we'll rock and roll from there. Thanks for tuning in tonight. You've been watching Nex-Tech Game Time.
Nex-Tech Game Time is brought to you in part by the Chiropractic Centers of Phillipsburg and Stockton, Leon's Welding and Fabrication, Norton County Hospital, State Farm Insurance, Agent Brock Whitmore, Bullseye Media Event Center and Venue, Pack Leader Technology, Hammett Land and Auction, Advantage Glass Plus, and Roofmasters Roofing and Sheet Metal. And by Mapes & Miller, LLP, Heritage Insurance Group, The Golden Q, Storage Solutions of Hayes, J-Corp, Hayes Recreation Commission, Rogers & Associates Insurance, and by Progressive Physical Therapy, Tri-Central Office Supply, Flatlander Dirt Works, Nex-Tech Wireless, and Phillips County Health Systems.